Welcome to the American Football Fanatic podcast, and we have to talk about Arsenal versus Manchester City this weekend. Big game for the Gunners. They have to go for it, especially what happened today right after what we saw what Liverpool did. Despite what anybody says, I think Liverpool are a fantastic team. People saying the way that they're playing right now is not self-sustainable, but I think, in my opinion, that they already have the mentality that they need to win. Whether you think they're playing well, or do you think they're playing, kind of booky at the moment, I still think that they have that mentality. So no matter if they're playing well or they're playing good, they have that energy that they always need to go and finish off a game. First half, I think they dominated. They were all over Everton. Second half, I think Everton were all over them. Everton just couldn't finish their chances. And lo and behold, Liverpool with another 3 points on the board, and they're on a 100% win record right now, haven't lost a game. So what does that mean for Arsenal? That means Arsenal have to come in and finish the job, right? They have to focus on Man City. Now, the performance against Bilbao wasn't a great performance, to say the least. But fortunately for them, they did get the win, right? A couple good substitutions between Trossard and Martinelli, whether people rate the two players because they have been in question of late. They came in and they did a job. The different dynamic from Mikel Arteta actually sealed the deal. But on Mikel Arteta, I think a lot of people still have a lot of questions. Gyökeres has 3 goals already into the season, but is he being utilized properly? Why is Mikel Arteta only playing 3 DMs, right? Whether you think Moreno's a DM or not, and he can be up top scoring goals like he did last season, unfortunately, he really doesn't bring any creativity to the team, and that's not me being negative about the player. He has some good attributes, but he's not the player that we need to get in and around the box to play intricately and find the likes of Eze and Gyökeres inside those dangerous areas. He's not going to pick up that ball and pick a little pass in between break lines. He's playing it safe. He's playing it sideways. He's playing it backwards. Same with Declan Rice, who's there just to break up play and play it safe, and same with Zubamendi, who wins that ball and does break a line, but he breaks lines in the second phase of play. He's not going to be on top of the box, finding those guys, spraying the ball around, trying to get those passes that lead to the assist or the goal. It's just not. So we need to mix it up. We need to find the guy, either in Eze or Ethan Nwaneri, and give him a chance, right? This game is going to be very open. Man City don't sit back. Everyone was always worrying about about how Mikel Arteta is going to do with this team in low blocks. How is Gyökeres going to do in low blocks? This is not the team to worry about that. Man City is not going to be sitting around in low blocks. They're going to be playing their game as we're going to be playing ours. So it's all about who's going to be the most creative on the day and pinpoint and pick out the spaces that are given, right? I think one of the main talking points is, can we play to Gyökeres' strengths? Mikel Arteta has yet to do that, right? I think we see a lot of either Martinelli or Madueke on that side stall the play a lot, right? You want him to find Gyökeres early, right? We want Gyökeres to get the ball in early into space and behind, right? It does one of two things. It puts Man City on their back foot and it drops them back a few yards. So now that they're able to do now we're able to play our game and do what we need to do to keep the ball, right? The chances will come off of those, but we also want to pin Man City back into our own half. We don't want them in and around our box because they could be dangerous, right? Especially when they're spamming crosses at some point in time. And Erling Haaland, if he gets half a chance, it's going to go in there. So can we get Gyökeres engaged? Can we, as a team, not play so conservative, right, and not play for the tie, right? Can we go for the win? Can we put them to bed early, right? Mikel Arteta picking his personnel have left a lot of people in question due to the summer that he's had, but I think he has all the pieces he needs to go on and win. Whether he's the guy to push us forward, I'm not too sure, right? And that's not me hating on Mikel Arteta and say he's a bad coach, but there isn't any more excuses. If you're able to bring in Trossard and Martinelli off the bench, right, that's a little bit more depth than what we had last season. Last season, those two start, right? This season, I don't think those two will still warrant a start, even though that they had a good performance at Bilbao. I still think they need to come off the bench and put in the work and ask what is needed of them when they are called upon. But still, I'll go back with Eze on the left, right? Even though a lot of people don't think Eze is a left winger, that is upon Mikel Arteta to give him the full license to roam. I've seen him play at Crystal Palace for years. I've always wanted Eze. I always knew he was an Arsenal type player, but you have to give him the license to roam. You have to give him the license to roam. If he wants to drift inside, let him drift inside. If he wants to play out wide, if he sees the spaces there, you have to let him. One, Mikel Arteta cannot line winger and allow his outside back to go into that space. That's where he needs to be, because he can be that creative spark while Odegaard is still injured and not there. Eze can pick up that ball, find those intricate passes, and he can be the creative spark and either get an assist or a goal, which is exactly what we need, especially when there's going to be a lot of overlapping plays for Manchester City. They're going to play out the back once we get in that ball, and if he's sitting in a pocket of space near in and around that box, it has to go to him immediately so he could either find Gyökeres or have a chance for himself. We can't just keep having Eze play in a role where he's restricted to his abilities. We have to play to everyone's strength. And that's not saying Martinelli doesn't warrant a start after what he did, but I get it. Tactically, legs are tired, legs are gone. Bring on Martinelli. Maybe he pushes them back. We find him in early, right? But, you know, we need to start playing to what we have. And we have great attacking players, right, in Nwaneri and Eze, Gyökeres, Madueke to an extent if he works on his final ball, right? We have it there. Trossard to come on. Max Dowman as well. Max Dowman is another one. But we need to play to their strengths, right? We need to put the team on the back foot. I don't mind chopping and changing, right? Go to the 3 CDM systems if we're 3-0 up tomorrow, right? We're 3-0 up. Shut the game on. Bring Norgard on to shore up the game. We could probably nick a goal with him on the field off a set piece because he's good at winning the balls at set piece. He's a big dude, right? But also at the same time, can we actually play exciting attacking football? I'm not sure if this manager is shook from 2-3 years ago when we were playing attacking football and it didn't work because we were 8 points clear. But listen, if that's his style and that's the way he's playing, he doesn't need to make major adjustments. Play your style, play to the player's strengths, and make minor adjustments. That's exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't need to just lock off the whole game. He just doesn't need to do that, right? I want to see a lot of attacking fluidity, especially from Eze, getting the ball to Gyökeres' feet early in inside the box, not waiting too long to win a corner off the outside back and making them track back and try not to nick a goal off the set piece. Yes, we can nick a goal off the set piece if needed, right? But that has to come from a chance that we created where we just open them up, right? Maybe a keeper makes a good save or a last-ditch effort on a defender, right? That's what I want to see. I don't want to see, us trying to stall the time, slowing the game down. The faster we play, the more we get in our box, the more we find of our attacking players and let them create, the better I think we have a chance of winning, right? But we'll have to see, right? Mikel Arteta is going to do what Mikel Arteta is going to do. He is the manager at the end of the day, right? And whether you agree with him or not, he's going to have to figure that out, right? Because hopefully everything starts off well. Hopefully we keep ourselves in the game long enough to where we're able to make those players in there. And this is a good time for Man City to get got at, right? I don't think they have, even though the summer that they have bringing in all the players that they did, I still think they can be got at. They're not still the Man City of old. Doesn't mean they can't turn it around to be, but it's a good time to play them. And for once, right, even when we beat them 5-1, there was still that doubt because we still tied them 2-2 last season. For once, we're actually going in as favorites. But now, how do we respond to that? Depending on the result of this game will determine if we're serious title challengers or not. Liverpool did the deed. Chelsea fell off, losing to Manchester United. The pressure's on us now. The pressure is on us. Can we keep pace with Liverpool? Right? Whether you think Liverpool are playing good or not, they have that mentality to get it over the line. It's our turn, right? Because we had a lot of opportunities like this last season. We did not take advantage of it. Too many times. 14 draws or something like that. like 7 of them were from leading positions. We have to go into this game differently. We have to go into this game differently and on the front foot and just kill it off when we can. We cannot sustain this we're trying not to lose type of mentality when really we need to be going for wins. Liverpool's going for wins. You see they're going for wins, and it's sometimes at the detriment of their playing style. Sometimes they are getting opened up. Yes, they're getting opened up, and they're getting scored on. But they're still going for it at the end of the day, right? Virgil van Dijk, 92nd minute winner. If that was Mikel Arteta, he sits back and tries to protect the draw. And that mentality there has to stop. It really does. It can't show tomorrow. We have to lead on the front foot, and we have to go for it. There's nothing else, or else the gap is going to be too long. I don't see where Liverpool drops points. People can say they haven't played anybody yet. Well, we said that last year about Liverpool. We said that against when we were chasing Man City. They haven't played anybody yet. And when they played big rivals, they got it over the line. Look, all hope. I'm predicting that we win the game 2-0. Keep another clean sheet. We're defensively good. We're defensively sound. No need to harp on that. We already know what we got. Mascara's been decent. We're not going to overhype him, but we're just going to say, hey, continue on that while Saliba is out. Unless Saliba is good, unless Saliba's playing, and hearing that Saka is playing all stuff, I wouldn't risk him. If they're good, able to play, maybe off the bench. Maybe Saka off the bench. Maybe. But we have the personnel to have a good attacking start. And if the game is comfy, cozy, maybe they don't even need to play. Right? We have the depth for it now. Right? So, tell me your thoughts. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys later.